For the last 4 years, the Disabled American Veterans of Medina County and other veteran service organizations have been collecting toiletries and deodorant and detergent to help those that are in need in Medina County. This year is our 4th annual Tank the Truck drive. We hope that you can give a little bit of detergent so that someone will not go without clean clothes for this holiday season. If you'd like to drop off your detergent or toiletries, you can drop them off at our office at 210 Northland Drive, the Medina County Veteran Service Office. Thank you and have a Merry Christmas. Welcome to this month's Salute to Service, and today I got with me Airman Nicole Mollohan. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Hey, welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thank you.
Glad you could be here. So, you're originally a Medina girl, right?
Yes, I am.
Born and raised?
Not born, but raised.
Raised in Medina?
Yes.
And so you're an Air Force girl.
Yes.
When did you join the Air Force?
I joined the Air Force October of 1989.
And so, what made you go? Was that right out of high school, or?
No, actually, it was just before my 21st birthday.
Okay, what made you join the Air Force?
I knew college wasn't it for me,
right,
and I wanted to do something. And no one in my family had left or went to college or anything like that. So I decided the Air Force was better than staying at home, so I went off to help defend our country.
Now, I don't know a lot about the Air Force. I'm an Army guy, so other than you guys used to kick me out of airplanes, but where'd you go to basic training at for the Air Force?
Lackland Air Force Base in
okay.
Texas.
And how was that? Hot?
Very hot.
Hot.
Very hot. Very hot.
Which month did you go?
In October.
Okay, so that wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. There was a few days they wouldn't allow us to do PT and stuff like that. But.
And how was, I mean, so you're coming right, well, you've been out of high school, you know, a couple years, but I mean, first indoctrination in the military. Anybody in your family in the military to warn you about what you were going into?
My dad was a paratrooper.
Okay. Who?
And but that was it. He was really mad when I first joined.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I can
I'm
understand.
his baby.
Yeah, I can understand
so,
that. Daddy's girl going off.
But
yeah.
I think he ended up being very proud of me.
So what did basic training? I mean, what did it do for you, or how did you feel going through it?
It was tough. It was tough, and you really come together as a group, as a squadron, and you have the other, in my case, the other girls, you know, and you have them for support, and the mail from home was just the biggest support.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
keep
letters,
going.
Yeah. You know, you're okay, and yeah, it was tough, but as long as you have support,
I wonder how they do that.
It wasn't so bad.
I wonder how they do that today, because now, you know, you couldn't use phone calls back then.
We had pay phones.
And nobody, with a phone card eventually, right? But I wonder, nobody writes letters anymore, so I wonder how, I guess that'd be a question to ask somebody. I mean, do they get a weekly text from mom and dad that they're allowed to read or something? Because the mail.
I think, don't quote me on this, but I think they're allowed to take cell phones now.
Are they?
But they get locked up and then brought out at certain times.
Because you're right, the mail is a motivator. I mean, because you get, I mean, I don't care how old you are, how used you are, you get homesick.
Most definitely.
And not being able to talk to anybody, so that's cool. So, I mean, you talked about how you come together. From day one when you go in there, you're probably thinking, well, this is a mess and we're never going to be able to do this. And then when it comes to graduation, isn't it a feeling of accomplishment?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
It makes you feel good. So when you get out of basic, you go off and learn your job then as an airman, I assume?
I actually did not go to tech school. I went straight to my first base, which was Rhein-Main Air Base in West Germany.
Cool. The only place in West Germany to have a red light on a base, is that right? It was the largest base in West Germany.
Yeah,
so
gateway to Europe.
So you're right. So, and you know, the sad thing is I think it was a couple months ago, they had just torn all that down, that gateway sign and everything. It was on the internet. So you flew right into Rhein-Main, I assume.
I flew into the Flughafen there that shares the airport with Rhein-Main.
Amazing.
Yes.
And what were you thinking when you're going over? Was that the first time out of the country or on an airplane or anything like that?
No.
No?
No.
First time out of the country?
No.
No? Okay. So I know when I first went, I'm thinking, what am I doing? I'm leaving America.
It's the first time away from home that long.
Yeah. How did you like Germany?
after the first 6 months, I loved it.
Right. Getting used to it's a little
It took a
tough.
lot to get used to. It was a long ways away from home. It wasn't just an easy phone call. Phone calls were even
They
hard.
were expensive back
So
then
yes,
too, yeah.
yes. But I loved it. I traveled and I went places that I'd never ever be able to go to now.
So you went in over there before the Cold War ended. So what was your main mission or your job over there?
I was supply support for the Civil Engineer Squadron.
On Rhine Mine?
Yes.
And what did you guys do?
Yes,
What did the civil engineers do?
We had the pavements and grounds, the carpentry shops, the HVAC shops, and we supported the base.
So you were like the civil engineers for the base.
Yes,
And Rhine Mine
yes.
had a lot of infrastructure too. It was a very big
Yes.
base. And so you were over there for a couple of years. How long?
Yes, 2 years.
2 years. So the first Persian Gulf kind of kicked off. Were you still
Yes, yes.
there? And Rhine Mine was big on people going through there at that
We
point.
were the gateway to Europe. We
Right.
built Tent City, and everybody that came in and was heading over came through us.
Right.
And our squadron built all the tents and everything for that.
So did you have a lot of interface with some of the guys and girls that were going through, flying
Yeah.
over to Saudi? And what was any idea what they were thinking? I mean, that was the first war since Vietnam, really, that we got involved with, first conflict.
They didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know, neither did we. And it was tough to see
There's a lot of
them
tensions.
leave.
Yeah, there was a lot of tensions. So let me ask you, I mean, you joined the Air Force in 1989, and I know, the military's come a long way with gender and women and all that, and you were going in at a point where there were much more women going in.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people had thought they cracked that, the code, women equality and all that. How did you feel when you started to integrate with guys, and how were you treated? Any differently? Or?
I was not treated any differently. Like when I first went in with civil engineers, I learned how to drive the dump trucks, the loaders, the forklifts, the tractor trailers. I did snow removal on the flight line.
Right.
I was right in there with them.
Yeah.
So
And seeing it, and that, I mean, I was combat arms. I didn't have a lot of interface with women, but the ones I did, I mean, they were good soldiers, so I don't have or ever heard any of the horror stories that we hear about the military or anything like that. So guys treated you okay, and
of course, yeah. I mean, we all fit in real good together.
yeah, it's a team.
So,
It's a
yes,
team effort out there.
yes.
It really is. So did you wind up going to the Persian Gulf at
I
any
did.
point? Did you
I
go right
did.
from Rhine Mine, or was that?
No, I left Rhine Mine. I went to Wichita, Kansas, McConnell Air Force Base. And from there, I went over in 92.
Wow, Wichita, Kansas. That's
So.
out there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Wonderful tornado country.
Did you do a lot of beer drinking over in Germany? You can say yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Did you get? Where'd you go? Any sites over there or anything?
Country-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, Austria, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Amsterdam.
Everywhere, huh?
Munich, the Oktoberfest in Munich, Paris. Went to Paris a few times.
Did you like the Oktoberfest?
It's what I remember of it.
So there's a little beer down there, yeah. Yeah, Germany was a great place to be.
Yes, it
So the
was.
wall fell down when you were over there. And
Yes.
Where were you at when the wall fell down? What were you doing?
Working.
Working?
Just an everyday
So
everyday thing there on the base.
No big occurrences or
didn't
anything
stop.
like that?
No.
Do you remember were you there when the reunification came together? I think it was in October sometime of maybe 90, 89 or 90. They did that reunification party. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I remember there was I remember I was studying for a promotion to E5, so I didn't go out, but there was a big thing going on out there.
Because I got there at the end of '89, so.
So you're a lot like me. You can tell everybody that we ended the Cold War because we were both there when it ended, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
we
course.
were part of that.
Of
And
course.
there was a lot of tension over there at that point. So you come back to Wichita, Kansas, and then you go over to the Persian Gulf. How was that?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. We were support. I was supply support still, and we supported not only there in Saudi, but other countries, Mogadishu, and when things would kick off,
So were you pushing supplies out, or were you just building things and infrastructure, stuff like that?
we were sending kits out,
Kits out?
basically,
To
wherever
Mogad-
they were needed.
Yeah.
Kitchen kits, morgue kits, bathroom kits.
Whatever it was they
Yeah.
needed. So how long were you over in the Persian Gulf for?
6 months.
6 months. And that's different than Germany. I know that.
It was a lot different. Women are treated a little different over there, and
Not by
some
your,
bad
not by
ways.
the, not by the airmen,
No.
but by just the country itself.
But yeah, it was okay. But
Yeah.
it was different seeing the cultures.
Mhm.
I enjoyed going to the different countries to see their different cultures. And
Any-
we
any-
weren't allowed to drive. Women weren't allowed to drive. We had to cover just like their
When you went off
women.
base, when you
yes.
went off base. somewhere.
Yes. We
Yeah, I
needed to
don't-
wear the abaya and all that.
Yeah, that's
And abide by their customs.
right. So 6 months in the Persian Gulf, and you come back to Wichita, Kansas. Did it almost make you want to stay in Persian Gulf at some point?
No.
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 So how long were you in Wichita?
I was in Wichita for 2 years.
2 years? Single? Married?
I got married when I was in Wichita.
Okay.
And then I left there and I went to F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming.
Okay.
And got divorced there
Okay.
and came home after 3 years.
So Wichita, Kansas, and Wyoming. Did you like Wyoming?
I loved it.
Did you really?
Absolutely loved it. You know, you wake up, you can see the Rocky Mountains.
In Wyoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were 12 miles from the border of Colorado, so.
So you
it's-
just big sky country out
It's
there.
right there. Gotta
Wow.
love it.
Any memories of what you did out there that was interesting? I mean, what do you do in Wyoming? I have no idea. I've never been there.
Oh, the parks, the mountains, it's just, you could just go out and peaceful.
Yeah.
Very peaceful out there.
People are nice up there.
So they're wonderful.
Yeah. I know the
They're
farthest I've
wonderful.
been, that area is Nebraska.
They're all
and
country
people
and
are- yeah.
cowboys, and you
Yeah.
know, how
Very-
can you go wrong with
very
that?
happy
So,
people and-
yes,
and very-
definitely.
So did you go on any leave or anything like that? Did you come home and see family?
I'd always just come home.
Yeah.
Come home because it was easy, Air Force wise, to just leave on a Friday. If you want to go someplace, leave on Friday. As long as you're back for work on Monday,
You're good. Yeah.
you were okay.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever you wanted to do, go gamble, go out to Vegas for the weekend, you could just get in the car and drive.
Yeah.
And as long as you were back for work, you were okay.
So when you took the big 2 weeks,
when
you
I
came
took the
home.
big 2 weeks, I would definitely come home and see the family.
Mom and Dad happy to see you when you come home?
Oh, definitely.
And did
Yes.
Dad kind of
I would always surprise them. They never knew
They
when
never
I
knew
was
you were
coming
coming
home.
Did
No.
Dad kind of change his mind about you being in the Air
Yes,
Force?
yes. And each of my parents, my mom and my dad, they both came to visit me.
Mhm.
You know, even in Germany, my mom came
Oh,
out a couple
cool.
times.
Cool.
And yeah, it was nice.
Did they enjoy Germany?
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yes.
Now, you said your dad was a paratrooper, and when was he in?
101st. Airborne.
101st? Vietnam or
Yes.
before Vietnam?
Vietnam.
Vietnam. All right, that's cool.
So,
So you're a paratrooper's daughter.
yes, I am.
Yeah.
Proud to be.
Okay, so you're going to get out of the service, and I know that's a big move for anybody, whether you've been in for 4 years or whether you've been in for a lifetime.
Right.
What made you decide to get out, and then how do you feel when you're getting out? I mean, what's it?
Oh,
For
just
you.
so undecided. Should you,
Mhm.
shouldn't you? You know, and it was sad. It was a sad day. It was a long drive home from Wyoming. But just that not knowing, you know, and then you get home and it's like, I'm not used to wearing my hair down.
Right,
It's always up every day.
You
I'm
have
in
different
uniform
manners,
every day.
yeah.
You have to decide what you're going to wear every day.
right.
You have to have a wardrobe.
And you got to put up with civilians.
I didn't have
You
a
gotta put up
wardrobe.
with-
I had uniforms.
Yeah, you got to put up with civilians, right?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
And
Yeah.
it was tough.
Right.
It was really tough.
Yeah.
So it
You
was a
gotta
big
go buy,
change.
Got to go buy clothes to go to work in.
Yeah, big change, big change. So, but it was a sad day.
What did you do when you came back home to Medina?
I took a little time off, and I worked a job at a warehouse for a little bit. But then I decided to join my family's insurance agency here in Medina.
So what did you bring away from the military that's made you the woman you are today?
that I love my country.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to fight for. It's worth fighting for.
And you've seen some other countries that
Oh yeah,
it's a good place.
yeah. This is a good place.
So I know you're involved quite a bit with the VFW in Medina.
Yes, I am.
And what do you do down there?
I'm on the honor guard with the VFW, and we do the funerals down at the Western Reserve National Cemetery. I'm now a trustee. I'm an officer there. We do a lot for the veterans. The veterans just don't know what's behind those doors. And just come in, there's help there if you need it. We do a lot with Wade Park. We do fundraisers for Fisher House.
Fisher House.
And it's a good place to be.
I know your post has been instrumental in raising a lot of money for Wounded Warrior here in Medina and for
Yes.
Fisher House especially. But let's talk a little bit about the Honor Guard down there. You guys are all volunteers. And how do you, I know sometimes the families will come up and talk to the Honor Guards. How do they react when they see there's a woman out there?
I've gotten a few different looks.
Well, because the reason I say that is most of those guys are, you know, they're...
I usually get smiles. They don't stop and talk.
No.
But it's like a second look, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
And I've gotten a few smiles.
Well, that's cool.
And, you know, I am the youngest in the group.
Right.
And female, so it's a little different. It's a good feeling, though.
Right.
It's a good feeling.
I know I've had people ask me, you know, oh, the soldiers that were down there, and I said, well, did you look at them? Because they're really not in, because a lot of
It's
people
an
still,
honor.
yeah, a lot of people
It's
think
an
they're still in the
honor.
service though, and I said, no, those are the local veterans organizations that volunteer to do that. They're all volunteers.
Yes.
And I know all of them that do that do think it is an honor, and that, you know, they owe it to their fellow veterans to do that. I just thought that was interesting because, like you said, most of the guys are older, and they're all guys, so I was wondering if you got any different responses from people. So you're pretty active in the posts, and I'm glad to see that because we need younger people, women and men, to get involved in these posts.
Yes, we do.
Any words that you got to say to somebody out there, I mean, on why they should join, you know, a veterans organization here in Medina?
You can join the VFW even if you're not part of the military. If you did not serve, you can still join. But we need the veterans to join. We need the veterans that served on the foreign soil. We have our Vietnam veterans now that run the VFWs.
They do, yeah.
And once they're gone, we're not going to have anybody to run the VFWs. So we need our age, our era.
We do,
the Iraq, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan. We need them to come in. Otherwise, the VFW supports the veterans. You know, we will help a veteran. We will put them in a hotel. We will feed them. We will support them with whatever they need.
I know you
There's help out there.
You did a lot of work helping veterans here locally in Medina. And, you know, you talk about the Vietnam veterans are running it. There was kind of a changing of the guard there. The World War II guys passed off to the Vietnam veterans.
And the Korean.
And the Korean War veterans. And I don't think a lot of the younger veterans realize that in 10 years, they're going to be running these posts, and they need to come in and start joining them.
And it's just not for the old guys anymore.
No.
I mean, and that's what people think.
And a lot of the posts are very family oriented, you know, different picnics and stuff like that.
We have things every weekend.
Right.
We have dinners every weekend. We have picnics. We have parties. We have, you know, all kinds of celebrations and fundraisers and poker runs. We have a ton of things that support the veterans.
And they're instrumental here in the community. I know Medina County, I tell everybody, it's a great place to be a veteran.
Yes,
and all the organizations are very supportive of our veterans, and the community is too. I mean, it's not like this everywhere in the country. I mean, there are some places that they could really care less about our veterans. So any closing words that you want to close with, advice to women out there thinking about joining the military, getting out of the military? I mean, you know, a lot of people look differently at men and women. I always say everybody's green in the Army, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, you all got the same mission. Any advice you got for someone?
Don't be afraid. Join the service, serve your country, and be proud.
Yeah.
It's a different world. It's a different world out there, and it's one worth protecting.
Cool. And now we got a special treat for you for Veterans Day. The Sirens from Medina High School are going to sing some patriotic songs. We had them out at the Medina County Fair this past summer, and we think it's some great footage, and they sound great. So I want to wish everybody a happy Veterans Day, and I want to thank you for all that you do for Medina County and its veterans. And we'll see you next month. Thank you.
Thanks to your generosity, Marines have delivered Christmas to children in need since 1947.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over institutions of learning. I stand guard with power in the world. Look up and see me.
I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I'm arrogant. I am proud.
When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer.
I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am loved. I am revered. I am respected. And I am feared.
I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. I was flown at Valley Forge, Gettysburg, Shiloh, and Appomattox. I was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Aragon Forest, Anzio, Rome, and the beaches of Normandy, and Guam, Okinawa, Korea, Quezon, Saigon, and Vietnam know me. I was there.
I led my troops. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired. My soldiers cheered me, and I was proud. I have been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible.
I have been soiled upon, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my country, and when it's by those whom I have served in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong.
I have slipped the bonds of earth and stood watch over the uncharted frontiers of space from my vantage point on the moon. I have borne silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hours are yet to come.
When I am torn into strips and used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the battlefield, when I am flown at half-mast to honor my soldier, or when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter, I am proud.
My name is Old Glory.
Long may I reign.
Dear God in heaven, long
may I live.
The Marine Corps League of Medina County will be collecting for its annual Toys for Tots drive for the upcoming holiday season. If you can give a new toy, please stop by our office and drop off in the Toys for Tots box to help support the Marine Corps League's Toys for Tots program this upcoming holiday season.